All right. Intro all done?
Yep.
Sweet. Okay.
I'm
Should
still waiting for
probably-
the pastel noise, even though there is none.
Yeah, no. Couch, you have to substitute. Nope, they're gone.
Nope.
Okay.
Gone to the landscape.
I mean,
I'm not sure if that was I think that was a sideways noise. It wasn't better or worse, it was just different.
Couch isn't even on Roll20. Neither is Nova.
Oh, I'm gonna be there in a second.
I'm surprised
Alright.
I was because I hadn't loaded that tab yet.
Oh, right, because Chrome enabled the memory saver by default now.
Yep.
Hated that.
All right. Well, let's jump into it so that I can get at least one functioning gear in my brain moving. Last session, you guys finally were off on your adventure. You guys registered as an adventuring group and headed out of the city after packing up for a bit of a trek through the mountains. You are following currently a book that is being carried by Barry of a previous adventurer. And following in her footsteps, you guys came across a mysterious obelisk of some sort. You guys messed around with some of the properties that it had, realized that it was anchoring a section of the ley line underneath it. And eventually you moved on to go look for the next one to see if you could find any more clues. And instead of finding more clues, you found a bunch of as of yet unidentified flying icebergs, UFIB, and they did a number, but at the end of the fight, everybody was still standing, and we will rejoin to handle a couple questions of what the fuck happened to Themis.
Yeah.
Themis,
Yes.
what's the deal, buddy? Or should I actually? What should I call you?
Do you still look the same?
What do you mean, do you still look the same?
Like, are you the creature that was born from the death, or Themis? Appearance. Unless the appearance-wise is the same.
The appearance is what we described last session.
Yeah,
Nothing
not
has
the same.
changed from there.
I will say, because Krios is not with us just yet, I will give a tip on how he's doing right now. Hands are on his sides at his daggers. And not looking very trusting of the little snow being that just appeared.
Yep.
Can I detect magic on Themis? Or whatever this is?
Sure. I mean, I don't necessarily know that detect magic is meant to be used on creatures in the same, like, not humanoids at least, in the same way that you can use it on, say, objects. And definitely schools of magic would be difficult for this one, but I will say that
I'll read the spell. It says you can you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense it in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object that bears magic. and you learn at School of Magic at Inni.
I can tell you
Well-
what I'm carrying.
I mean, you get a sense of magic around a couple of your friends who harness magical abilities. So, it's not.
It's not really going to differentiate much.
Yeah, and you know enough to tell that this is not a spell effect.
Okay.
This is not magic that has caused Themis to become this thing.
Victor's looking at this person who was Themis, but he went down, he got up, and this is not Themis anymore. He's looking kind of narrow-eyed at this person. Who are you? Where's Themis? Are you Themis? Where's what? I'm a little confused.
You can call me now.
Call you what?
Nah, bro.
Nah, bro.
Nah. And what is your deal?
Good question.
Themis is me. But I am not Themis.
How?
Huh?
Whether or not Themis is real depends on who you ask.
We're asking
He has
you.
a life, he had a history, and as you hear me say that, you see the creature turn into Themis throughout his ages. And then back to the form that you saw. He's
Okay.
real to the employees of the inn, and he's real to the people of the Hollow Star. Whether or not
I
he's
think-
real to you is up to you to decide.
Real?
I do think I have my bow out at this point. I'm like, so you've been just dragging us along in your little illusory game of Themis. Is that what's happening here?
We share a common goal. You want to go back, you want to go to the Feywild? So do I. Barry, you want to go beyond the barrier? So do I.
Is
Kyris, I can tell you about Eladrins from 1,000 years ago. I can tell you how they lived. I can tell you their customs. I can tell you there are many great cities in the Feywild. Granted, it's from 1,000 years ago, but I gathered there was not much in either libraries for us to discover.
Is Themis a vessel?
Define a vessel.
Like he carries you around, and I don't know, just the way you've described, you have similar goals, and so you're here together.
I think Themis is a fabrication. I don't think Themis was a person that existed ever. I think Na made Themis to integrate.
Tauré is somewhat correct. Themis was a person that I fabricated, but he is real. On paper.
Okay, he's not. He's a fabrication.
If that's what you would like to call it, sure.
How similar are you and this person that we knew?
Pretty similar. Like I
For
said,
appearance-
Themis is me. I am not Themis. And as you hear me say that, the creature does not change form, but the clothing that they wear changes to... Let me upload the image. This.
Boots.
It's the most emo looking setup.
Courtesy of Clausy, who drew the art really quickly for that.
Man,
I'm just trying to ask, were appearances the only difference between you and Themis? Like, were your opinions as Themis, were your actions as Themis the same that you yourself would take in this form? Because if so, then us knowing Themis means that we know you as well. But if you are different, then we truly don't know you, and I don't trust you.
You know the vast majority of my opinions. You know the vast majority of the things that I would do at this current time. What I have done in the past, you do not know.
So we need another round of 20 questions.
My opinions throughout time changes. As the world change, so has my opinion.
What is the nature of your existence? Are you immortal?
You could say that.
Are you a deity of sorts? Or
I
are
am
you
not.
more of... Okay.
Then what are you?
I am a being with magic. I am what? Okay, hold on. I want to say something. I don't know the canon. I don't know this part of the canon of Volthune, so if it's not canon, just tell me after I say it. We can retcon it.
All right, go ahead and
I am what many folklore would call the Fae.
Ah,
If I mean you harm, you would not be standing here in front of me right now. I know your names. For some of you, I know your middle names as well. A name is a powerful thing to a Fae. But you are my guests, and you are my ward.
And we would very well be dead if you had something against us.
That's one way to think about it. As I've said before, we share a common goal. Many of
Do you
you...
choose to reveal yourself to us?
No. At some point in the future, maybe you would have seen my true form. But this was not my choice. You good, Couch?
Sounds like both of us hate
Yes.
iceberg.
so Moo, is there a difference between fairies and fae, or is that kind of like the same thing?
the Feywild has been gone for so long that most of what people get now are basically stories, folklore. He's not outright saying he is a fairy, just that he is from the Feywild
Okay.
and has the abilities of something prominent enough to have caused stories in this world almost 1,000 years later.
Well, I guessed G several weeks ago, remember?
Did you?
I sent you a DM about a guess.
I said I wasn't gonna confirm or deny anything.
I know. I'm just saying I was like half right with that guess. Okay, well, I'll stand down. I'm not gonna...
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
You're not actively trying to kill us, but
We are all hurt here.
don't act close, because you deceived us for a week.
No. Na wouldn't have allowed Themis to do anything that Na wouldn't have done.
I know, but I prefer when people don't lie about their identity for long.
At this point, Krios is going to ask about the Violet Thorn Inn, and is it connected to you? Is it a base of operations, or did it just turn out to be where you were working?
It is not a base of operations. You want honesty, Tauré? I'll give you it. The inn predates the 4th era. I acquired the inn some 1,000 years ago or something like that. Not
So you have been
I-
every successor the inn has ever had
except for one.
since, yeah. Okay.
The previous owner, the true previous owner of the inn, was a corrupt and abusive individual. I took it upon myself to take care of it and took his form and turned the inn around. I grew the inn to what it is today. I grew the inn by choice. Although choice is merely an illusion when you do not have any other option, considering you are stuck in the mortal realm with no way back home.
Find our way. Why is my voice gone?
Your mic also didn't pick up the first half of that sentence, so I don't know what you said.
I said, we'll find our way.
As I've said before, we share a common goal.
Krios is also going to ask, is there anyone else like you here?
Exactly like me? From the Fae? Or with my abilities?
Both.
From the Fae. Yeah, I mean, when the barrier was formed 1,000 years ago, I'm sure there were many people who were stuck here, doing whatever it is they were doing, now with no way back home. With my exact abilities? I'm not sure. That's beyond me. In some ways, I know more than all of you. In other ways, I know just as much. Whichever deities formed the barrier 1,000 years ago, whichever one erased or try to erase everything from before, they affected me too. This is the best session to come in late, guys.
I know. I was like, poor Claude.
So sucky.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, this sucks.
It's good for me though, because it's not a session. It's not a note-taking session for me. But Clausy isn't here, who's the other lore keeper. So you can ask things.
The panic closet.
Well, we can't just sit here forever.
As you all are bleeding out, you can see
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
snow is bright red from the recent battle.
I look, if we're still pursuing the same common goal together, then I suppose I'm fine with continuing to work together, but you're gonna need to rebuild some trust here. Because we've all hidden things, but at least we've openly acknowledged that there are things we've hidden, but you never acknowledged this, as far as I'm aware. So it feels like a bit of a punch in the
Take
gut.
a look around you. Listen to Kyris' story. Listen to Krios' story. Listen to your own story. What does the humans do to you? Someone with the ability to cast magic? Someone who looks different to them? What did the human do to all of you? Now ask yourself, why would a being from the Fae disguise themselves as a human for 8,000 years?
We've also only known each other for like a week and a half. We're still gonna have a lot of secret.
That's for sure.
Eden is somehow reasonable.
the only
The only one.
I mean, Barry did say something about
Barry did, yeah. Maybe at one point in the future I would have revealed my form to you. But this was not my choice. We've known each other for a week. There are secrets each of us are still keeping from each other. This was just one of them for me.
I know, it's reasonable what you did, but
If you would
still a
like
bit
to
of a-
put
it's
me on a
still
leash,
a bit of a shock, you know.
if you would like to put me on a leash, carry some iron.
Okay,
Damn.
we have
And
plenty of that.
and
you?
as I was going to say, actually,
Weapons, right?
So iron and steel function a little
Oh,
bit
come
differently.
Oh, come
for this.
on.
They function a little differently for this because
That's dumb.
This is a
Okay.
case
Yeah.
of silver versus steel against vampire.
the the process used to create steel does revert whatever is deadly to Fae beings. Certain members in the group are actually susceptible to iron as well, other than Not in the same way he is, but against all Fae, iron is just a bit more effective.
Mm-hmm. Well, that makes me feel a little more comfortable, seeing as you're giving a weakness to us. Or rather, your willingness to do that.
It was bound to happen, it seems.
Again, why would I sponsor you if I mean you harm?
I understand. You've said it like 5 times.
Exactly.
You have gotten the meaning across. Also, I'm going to start calling you Yeah from now on.
Do not.
Please stop.
Nah.
Keep in mind that Kyris is talking from the D&D channel, G.
Yeah, Pestil's talking through.
Yes, I am looking to get back to the Feywild. And you do not have to be sorry. Although this was not by my own will, it was bound to happen one way or another. When you're adventuring, it is incredibly difficult to stay alive. Or even just stay conscious. And this happens when I'm unconscious.
Will you turn back? Or are you stuck?
You saw me transform as Themis throughout his ages.
Right. That's capping dumb.
Krios is going to ask what it is you expect to go back to in the Feywild after 1,000 years.
Well, I have not thought about it that far. But surely my domain in the Feywild is safe. And if it is not, then I will rebuild.
Were you rushing the Feywild too?
Possession is relative. I had my own domain. That had to count for something.
I see. Were you well known?
In a sense.
Would you be considered irregular in the Feywilds with your amount of power and lifespan and stuff like that?
I would say so.
Okay.
Also, do you have any family there you're trying to get back to or something?
No. No family.
Did you have any strong connections?
No. Yes, Kyris, we can.
I think we should try and heal up. Because I hurt.
I agree. We're in the open.
I am slowly bleeding out.
Who knows how many of those birds there are out here?
If I see any of those birds again, I am going to be very sad and mad.
Unfortunately, I cannot turn invisible. So if we see those birds again, we are probably dead.
Yeah, we should probably not be out in the open on the verge of death.
Victor, with your passive perception, listening out, it does not sound like there's anything headed towards you.
Okay.
My god! My heart dropped.
And I would have had something that would have helped.
I just went, yeah.
If more birds had shown up, I could have helped.
Well, the problem is I had something too. The problem is when the birds are all around and then one fucking dove to Kyris and explodes, that like can't do much about that one. We need that stat block move for the
Wait, you don't
wiki.
have a
That stat
magical
block is
force yet?
crazy.
My voice does not like mango juice, apparently.
Tauré,
Yes.
you are currently in the process of sensing the ley line. So you would be able to guide the group to the next obelisk if you wanted to.
But what are we exactly doing with them?
We don't know.
Did anybody look?
Investigating.
Did anybody look for any script that was on them that was not in the notebooks or something?
There was plenty of that. But again, it's an ancient primordial, and that's not something that you can read off right away.
So, from what Barry knew about the arcane and from Victor's brain power, we puzzled together that the runes itself is the spell.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if there's any other information we could glean from them if we were able to decipher what the primordial is saying. Because I know you guys were talking about possibly deciphering stuff.
I actually want to ask a clarification. So we know that the second one, is the writing inconsistent on the stone itself, or is it on the journal? The writing about the second one is all over the place.
The description of the writing in the journal says that it was inconsistent. If you want to look at the stone, you'll have to go look at it.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask. Okay.
Yeah. So were we able to... there's a deciphering thing in the notebook, right? Is that what it was? Moo?
Kind of.
And does that allow the deciphering of all of those old primordial writings, or just what was like inscripted onto the notebook itself?
Well, for one, the ancient primordial is not just a cipher of primordial. It's different, very different.
Yeah, yeah.
But there are translations. The problem is, as the journal goes on, the journal is ciphered.
Oh, okay.
And the journal is more and more complicated as you flip through the pages. So
I was just confused. I thought we were talking about like deciphering what the pillars say, but never. If we're not, we can't understand what the pillars say because we won't be able to understand that language.
I wouldn't discredit that. If you make a little bit more work in the journal, those two things kind of work together in tandem.
Okay. Well, if possible, then I would like to, if we find the next one, we could write down some of the other symbols that are on it that aren't in the book, so we can maybe do some work on them later to see what it's saying. Because maybe if we put all of the Waystone transcriptions together, it will tell us something, maybe. But yeah, we can either go back to the original one we saw to like try and write down some stuff, or we can just go to the next one. So I'll leave that up to you guys. Man, I picked a really bad time.
The mouthful of food.
Changing
Yep.
changing first name is 2 letters. I was following
no,
the
no.
system.
I know. Colossus doesn't know that.
Oh, that's it.
Alive.
Right, because she's not here yet.
Oh,
Alive.
hello, Pesto.
Hello.
Alive.
Pastel!
Alive.
Oh, hi.
The
By the way-
meeting's over.
By the
Hi.
way, I'm like, you guys got it right. It is a changeling. Your characters don't know that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like
Yeah.
I know from like meta, I know that changelings are like pale skin, white eyes kind of thing.
Also,
But I don't. Would I know that, Moo? Have I experienced changelings before
good question.
as a character?
Okay.
I will say
have
that
to
for the
mindset for
the
this.
vast majority of the world, they are not going to know what changelings are.
And that includes me. Okay, cool stuff.
So where exactly in the Feywild do you come from? I don't really I don't know anything about it really. Like, are there
Ooh, good
countries
question.
and cities like there are here?
Good question. I don't know. The player don't know.
Yeah.
So the world is kind of fucky. It's not a continuous map like the material plane is. The material plane in general is the most solid and consistent plane. When you go to places like the Shadowfell or the Feywild or the Elemental Planes, things start to get more and more disconnected the farther away you get from the material plane, quote unquote, farther, because it's like a fourth dimension kind of. It's real fucked up. Basically, though, it's hard to map in the same way that you would map a traditional, plane. But there are kind of like subspaces, and they get more frequent after a certain point. So when you say domain, it's literally like an enclosed place. Like, it's separate from the rest of the Feywild. You can still get to the rest of the Feywild, but inherently it's closed off. And people who are in control of their domain can control access to them and stuff like that. So, like, a little bit about some of the domains that are in the Feywild. It's also been a long time, so you don't know if any of that is accurate. So,
Yeah.
1,000-year-old knowledge.
1,000-year-old knowledge is something, because the libraries don't have any. I have a bone to pick with whichever deity decided to erase all the knowledge.
I think we all do.
Me, the player. Nah, does not give a shit. Nah, I just want to go
I
home.
think we all do.
Not for real, like, nah,
Nah,
dude.
Y'all are poking
Nah, dude.
the wasp nest.
Yeah.
Who said
Do
I'm
not
saying this in character?
His name is
Expect
Exactly.
No, I expect... No, not really.
Just as like an oversight, or
No. You guys are gonna feel so shitty, because Na is like a fragment of an ethnic first name.
oh no.
of course it is.
I had 2 letters. I had to pick 2 letters.
Nah.
Nah.
Victor has question.
Yes, Victor?
Okay, well.
Walk and talk, guys. Walk and talk.
Yeah,
we
we're
need
walking,
to, we
we're
need to
walking.
go. We need to either rest or go to the next Waystone, or do both. We rest when we find the Waystone.
We're not
Or
resting
we-
here. Not in the open.
Well, yes, that I meant find like a shelter. But do we want to go to the past Waystone, write some things down, or just go to the next one and write some things down?
We went far from the previous one, right?
How far away are we?
I mean, we
from
spent
that?
half a day at the previous one. I think we got what we got.
So, in the journal, it takes her a couple days to get between the Waystones, but she's wandering and has no connection to the ley lines like you do. You're basically walking directly to the next one, so you are not gonna have to take as long.
Okay, let's just go to the next one. Also, Couch, how do you always end up spelling things like this in chat?
I'm not putting any effort into nothing.
Zero effort.
Absolutely none.
Victor, you had a
Those
question.
are
You were
like
sure?
with half of the
TT
people.
Masaram, Yuju,
Sorrow.
Owiazmi. Okay, anyways.
We speak in Simlish.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Anyways,
We're
To the
walking and
next.
asking
wait,
questions.
yeah, we're. I'm already walking. You guys can continue to sit still if you want.
We're
Hands outta
walking.
here.
You can ask questions while you walk.
But I'm saying I'm gonna get people walking by
Are we
leading.
even good enough to walk? I feel like we're dying.
We are.
We're limping.
We're crawling.
Okay.
Your question, Victor?
Yes. You seem like you're very old based on a lot of, not like in an insult way.
Wow.
Like you just based on like all the information you've I'm not calling you old.
old ass man.
But like I wanna know, how old are you? Like
Well, time works differently in the Feywild. So the first 500 years or so are a little... How do I describe this? Fucky-wucky?
Uh-huh.
But by most accounts, I'm 1500 years old.
wow.
Neato.
Does that mean you have experience?
Experience of what?
What does that mean?
That- oh my god.
Cat.
Keep it PG, people.
Just wow.
I'm done with all of you.
You
Leaving.
said that!
Yeah, no, you don't get mad at us.
Anything else while we're walking?
That's super old, bro. I'll keep walking.
How did you get here in the first place? What did it used to be like?
It wasn't too different, just there were more deities in the pantheon. It wasn't too hard for a fae to travel between the realms. That's impossible now. As of
You think it's
1,000
never
years
going to be
ago.
possible again?
If you want to know more, G, there are a couple of other key differences.
Oh, there are? Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to know.
Are you gonna talk about? Should I just say them out loud, or?
Yeah, just say them
'Cause it's
out.
not
I
like
would,
it-
I would
okay.
say, because it's just day-to-day thing, right?
So, you got in a little bit before the Fourth Era really kicked off.
Mm-hmm.
The elves scrammed. The elves, not the city elves. The elves. They scrammed. They're not even on the plane. If they are, they're extremely well hidden. You haven't found them. The dwarves have basically stopped making giant dwarven kingdoms. At least on this, and the places that you've traveled to. A lot of the other races have been warred with, and really humans kind of took over, like, very fast.
Very human of them.
Very human.
Very
of them.
human of them, yes.
Certain cities, like Hollowstar, when you got here, was just basically a mining outpost to serve for Rivergale, which is at the base of the river. That eventually changed, and you spent more of your time there than anywhere else. So you really get to see the development of the city
Yeah.
and how all the districts popped up and stuff like that. But it did not used to be this way when you first came in. Yeah, there are plenty of changes. Lots of wars at some point. Hollowstar was basically its own city-state, and then they were like, hey, that's stupid because we can't really access the oceans, so trade, which is our number one thing, doesn't work there. And so you watch the Illyrian Republic form basically in the last couple centuries. There's been a lot. Almost too much for you to keep track of anything but the big details.
Yep. Humans be humans.
Humans
For
be
real.
humans.
Be humans.
Eliminate.
Well, that makes
Eliminate.
that makes a lot of sense when we look at Volthune, or sorry, not what am I saying? The Vulahan, not they're both V's. Sorry, Vulahan, and how much influence they have,
Yeah.
because they just kind of took over all the empty space, I guess.
Oh, it wasn't empty.
Oh well,
They took over space.
somewhat more
Take over space.
available.
Available? No, people live there. Probably.
Available as in we have more swords than they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
It's available because we're gonna kill you.
Yep.
Okay. I don't have any more questions.
I have
Would you-
one. If you've been around basically for the last 1,000 years, did you ever meet an Azamar by the name of Hiyluna?
I'm gonna take a stab at this as the player and say probably no, because the last 1,000 year or so, I would have just been in Hollowstar.
Yeah, that's where she went. You would have absolutely seen it.
I would have? Okay.
How do we spell that?
Putting it in chat.
I have, yes.
You can't remember certain patrons very well, but occasionally you'll get the odd, say, Eladrin or Azamar, and those ones stick out in your head a little bit more.
Or an elf wearing a mask.
Oh yeah.
A tiefling with a mask.
This is definitely the most unique bunch of individuals that has ever grouped up at the inn at the exact
All at
same
once.
How long
Hey,
ago
Hiyluna.
was Hiyluna a patron or something, or?
This was.
Or I'm thinking of patron like a deity. Sorry, you meant patron like somebody who came into the inn, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
A
okay. How
customer.
long ago was this person?
300-ish years ago.
380 something.
300, 400 years.
Yeah.
Well, I would have been at the inn. I stopped adventuring up until you guys came along.
And what relation does Hiyluna have to you, Barry?
He's the one that wrote the journal.
Somebody's not been paying attention on what Toll has shared with the group.
Oops. Look, I had the VOD on at 1.25 speed. I might have missed a couple of small things here and there.
That's why we
And
make the
that's
wiki.
why I just don't say anything.
That's why
I
we're
believe
making the
you.
wiki.
Shared the document right now.
I didn't end up sending it to the whole group.
Okay.
Was it? Yeah, and I don't think we ever mentioned her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So only I believe Pastel and Claus would have known.
Oh, so it's not my fault. Okay, cool.
Was it 380? Was it? What was the 300 and something? 83?
The years are in the journal. The year was 605.
That's better for my wiki brain.
Actually, I should probably put this in the maps and materials, eh?
Probably.
Maybe.
How much do I know about them? I mean,
Not much.
they came to the
Of all the
inn.
groups, the Azamar are probably seen the least.
Mm.
There is a population of them that live on Zithia that are basically the humans don't want to go near them because they are more angelic than the other races. As opposed to, say tieflings who just get shit on by the humans most of the time.
Let's go.
The traveler that you encountered didn't say much. At that point, they were traveling with a companion who was less noticeable to you. And it seemed like they were only really concerned about... they were kind of asking about the same kind of stuff, but not as directly as your current group of travelers.
Have you ever encountered another Eladrin in your life after you left the Feywild?
That would have been no, right?
For you, at Hollowstar, no. Any of the Eladrin still on Zithia would have been hiding, very similar to your parents' situation, Kyris. You also know, Kyris, that there used to be more Eladrin on the mountain. You're the only one of your generation, though.
Oh.
Oh shit.
The girl's population dying.
You could probably thank a certain empire for that.
Yep.
That's why they went up to the mountain.
Yeah, I was about to say they probably will definitely hunted down some people.
I am gonna be right back.
Okay.
You guys didn't ask remotely as many questions as I thought you guys would.
Do you want me to ask Claus wanted to ask? Because I'll ask.
You
I
can.
have 10 intelligence. I don't have other
You
questions
can.
I would
He
think
sent
of.
me a list.
You can, I don't mind.
I asked off of the list.
Oh, you
that she
did?
sent me to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
Dude, I love that
I'm
list.
sorry, I couldn't. I wasn't here.
That's okay. You
Like I
things
had
to
to
do.
Why?
have one in, but like
Why were you here when the barrier closed instead of being in your realm?
Well, I got bored. So I left the Fey realm.
oh, just a black screen.
No, I know. It's because I had my thing on.
And now I'm
Catherine.
stuck here.
The Zhao hair.
Interesting.
Don't get bored and leave your house, kids.
Is that
There
a
was-
couch?
It is.
I have
There
never
was-
seen Couch's face.
Oh, poor Claus.
So there was no warning
Yeah.
that the barrier was going to be a thing. That was not something that anybody really expected, and it just was like one day a lot of things went to shit, and if you weren't there to witness the shit going down and you were off, traveling, the world would be completely different by the time that you realized what had happened.
Mhm.
Okay, anybody else? Or should we arrive at the Waystone?
I
Well,
don't think I got nothing.
before you arrive at the Waystone, Tauré, I would like you to make a survival check with advantage, please.
$14 plus 6. 30, 20.
30-20.
He thought
Along the way, you utilize not just your ability to recognize where the ley lines are, but also your ability to recognize where to be and not to be when you are in nature. Even though mountains aren't the most familiar place to you, you guide the group around some dangerous areas, snow that is a little bit too thin to stand on and is several meters deep in some parts. You eventually do spend pretty much the rest of the day traveling before finally you blink and the obelisk seems to be much closer than you anticipated.
Almost smacks into it.
Oh my god, that was loud.
Don't
We didn't hear it.
don't take damage.
Except you run into a barrier 10 feet from said obelisk.
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah, if you're sprinting, you would actually hit the barrier.
No, I'm definitely not sprinting.
You hit
If
the
I have
barrier.
any survivalist training, it's don't run through unfamiliar areas.
You hit the barrier. Your HP drops to 0. You're unconscious again. So
Sorry, I was doing something on this end. So does it look the same as the others?
So the shape is the first one was basically like it looked like the Washington Monument, where it was kind of a rectangle, a little bit narrower on the top, and then it had a pyramid to cap it off. This one looks different, almost like it was made by somebody else. Same material, same kind of writing, but instead this is a four-sided shape that spirals as it goes up, and the text spirals as it goes down, whereas the other one was kind of just, laid out in writing like you would write on a paper.
So they're not so much obelisks as monoliths. One of them was an obelisk, but the rest of them, like, collectively, they would be more.
So if the different deities came together, what if each one of them made a Waystone to like form it together or something? And maybe they're different because each different deity made a different Waystone or something. Question mark.
That is a very good idea.
Given the frequency and that you are able to travel from one to another in a day's worth of time, it would take a lot of deities if each was only making one obelisk.
Okay.
Like a
Well,
lot.
I don't
spread
know how
all
many. I
globe.
don't know how many Waystones there are around
Neither do we.
the world. So I don't know if they're like just in this area or if they're every couple of miles all over the planet. So
is this one also emanating a strange soft heat like the last one?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
and it's anchoring the ley line, right?
Mm-hmm. You can feel the ley line. So the ley lines run kind of close to the surface. If you know a little bit what happens when you try to interfere with them directly, but what this thing seems to be doing is taking a bit that's on the surface, and you can feel it going deep underground. However tall this thing is on the surface, it is way, way, way bigger underneath.
So it's like an anchor.
Mm-hmm. It's pinning it down.
Does it have the same looking kind of text? Or does it look different than the other one?
So, Eden and Tauré, you both recognize this as once again the same kind of old primordial, like ancient primordial.
Yep.
But are the little squiggles the same, or are they different? Like, do they look the same? Do they look like they would read?
So you're asking about the font.
Were they written by the same person?
Yes.
Are they different words?
Are they different words?
The handwriting will say, give me an investigation check. You and Tauré.
Will I get to roll dice?
18.
$11.
Eden, you're wondering that to yourself, and you're looking closely, and you can't really figure it out. And then Tauré responds that, yeah, it does look like it's made by somebody else. And then you realize that you said that question out loud.
That seems like a thing I would do, yeah.
But yes, it does look like this was at least carved by not the same person, potentially.
Okay.
Is this one in like the same condition?
Yes, it is pristine. All of the stonework is still completely intact. There's no wear and tear. The snow around it is not touching the monolith itself. Yeah, it's besides the shape and the slight difference in text.
Is there anything that I would notice? I'm assuming not, because I don't know as much as they do, but like anything of to note.
I will posit this. The first of these monoliths had just whatever incantation was required. But the book mentions that this monolith is written like a poem. So there's a potential that this poem will... Pestle, that is extremely distracting.
It's a hypnotizing cat.
The baba.
I can't believe this. I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. You can't do this if you're too tired to get thrown off.
Kitty.
So, yes, I was talking about the book. It says that this one is written as a poem. There's a potential that a poem would rhyme, which means that while you can't do much, Victor, anybody who was intent on deciphering, potentially, the ancient primordial would have a little bit of an easier time because they already know what the word is going to sound like.
Dude, so this is something like everybody's aware of, right?
Victor's the one who puts that together.
Alright. Well, he, like, I'm sure that he let everybody know. Hopefully. So that people who can put it together.
Imagine if he doesn't. That would be so funny. That would be so funny.
Oh my god. Yeah, Victor doesn't say anything.
Okay, I have an idea. And I don't know if it's gonna hurt anything, but what if you use your magnifying glass on it?
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I listened to the VOD and I was like, are they not gonna use that?
I was writing the wiki and I was rewatching the VOD and I was like, wait, We didn't identify this. Hold on.
Victor uses his magnifying glass on the thing.
Victor, you take out your magnifying glass and you notice that the light blue sheen on the lens is not there while you are standing in proximity of the
It's
monolith.
the protective barrier again. It's
Can I
ruining our
back up
day.
15 feet and try again?
Should have gotten the binoculars.
The binoculars instead of like a magnifying glass, it's binoculars.
I hate that made me laugh. It's not even
I
funny.
think you killed G a bit.
It's not even funny. There's nothing funny about that.
According to you, it was.
Would backing up do something to like see it's like at least like what it's got going on? Like
You can
backing-
certainly use detect magic, but identify will not work because you have to be in contact with the object.
Okay, so
I can do that if you need me to.
we can do some detect magicking. I'm sure that there's gonna be magic on it, but
Moo, you can't just DM that. That's like a bombshell. What?
I mean, he can.
You I don't even know what that means.
Oh yeah. Is that how you really
Victor, as you step back and you use detect magic, it's weird. If you aren't looking directly at this obelisk and thinking about the obelisk, it's not even there. But
He's here.
Claus
No
is
need
here.
to mourn me. I am a god among men. Hi.
you are here just in time.
You are.
I know.
Victor.
I've broken the sound barrier. That's the fastest shower I've taken in my life. My priorities are Themis lore and Themis lore only. Anyways, hi. What did I miss?
We're at the next
Themis lore.
obelisk.
We're on the what?
You guys have made it to the next Waystone that they were looking for.
Oh, awesome.
You missed the whole conversation.
There will be more
Um,
questions, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Good. Can I get spark notes?
You know what? This is a good time for a break, and I'll let you know what you see in your magnifying glass after we take our break.
Okay.
The rest of you can catch Klaus up on what the hell just happened.
I could get food. I'm gonna go get food.
All right.
I still
You
have
guys
We'll
can
be
catch
back.
Claus up.
In 10 minutes.
Okay, what the frick happened, guys?
I thought you were actually about
Moo,
to swear, and I was just
you
about
little
to scream.
you fiend.
Nova's yelling at me because
Okay, well now I have theories.
it's not often I get to surprise somebody with their own backstory.
Oh? Interesting.
So, let's catch up, Claus.
Yes, please. I would very
Bubbling
much appreciate
your
that.
So,
So,
What happened? I didn't write anything down, which also sucked because you were the only other lore keeper, and you were gone.
so to recap, you found out that their name is Na, and that Na.
so it was nah?
It was not.
Why are you messing with me?
Because it's fun. You're not there.
And in Na's words, Themis is Na, but Na is not Themis. Themis is merely a persona used to fit in with the humans because, as many of your group knows, they are very... I don't know that... they like to persecute other races from time to time. So it's a little bit easier if you can shapeshift, if you just are a human and they don't ever suspect you.
Okay.
So that's why that was the way that it was. You did ask about the inn. The inn is basically the cover for not to live in the world.
What did I say? What did I say?
He's basically been the successor to the previous owner ever since like the first one that he took it from. Basically. Because there was an original guy who was bad and he got rid of that guy and then took over.
I was fully expecting that. Let's go.
To himself.
In other potentially more important news, he is straight up like 1500 years old, was born and raised in the Feywild, and came here before the barriers closed, and then realized that the barriers closed and was trapped here.
You!
Me?
This is why you said that the highest age will change. I was like, I've got it figured out, and you're like, no, you don't. No, you don't. It might change, and you were right because it was your character.
There's so much development and so much more development.
There were
What
many
else
hints that I
happened?
was dropping throughout the entire campaign. Many.
We're
Yeah.
all blind, okay? We're all blind.
Oh,
I knew you had a thorough connection. I just didn't know you.
I'm gonna
You
get
cut out there, buddy.
You cut
That's
out.
why you were so
Snack
interested
time.
when people were talking about the Feywild in the first episode.
Yeah.
Okay, this makes sense. This clicks.
You cut out, Nova.
So-
What were you saying, Nova?
Sam's dead.
Alright, he's dead. Continue.
Man is
Oh
deceased.
no, boy.
What race is Nah?
We don't know.
Your character's dead.
Fake,
Yes.
fake creature.
Testing?
Yep, we
Oh.
can hear you.
Welcome back.
I know what race he is. Y'all don't.
Well, I confirm what
No,
it is. Meta.
actually, but it's not really.
Oh, that's
it's like
true.
that. It's that, but it's not really, actually.
That's
It's-
true. Yeah, that's true. You're right. I forgot about that.
What? Pastel, you look so
Pascal,
excited.
you had a moment.
Y'all don't get to know.
Yes? What?
What? What happened? Did you die?
Nothing. Nothing.
Oh my god! You freaking can! I also have so many things that I would like to talk with Nah privately about, but that's for later. That's for later once I've actually rewatched the whole stream to figure out what was already talked about.
Y'all
I
didn't
have
ask as many
plans
questions
now.
that I thought y'all would have, which is fine, because I was just like, I don't know if I prepared enough, and thankfully I did.
I have
So-
plans now.
So the question about the Violet Thorn Inn did actually come in helpful.
Yeah.
Yes! Vindication! Sorry.
He.
I also had Krios ask, because not express interest in going back to the Feywild. Krios also asked about what they expected to find there, and it was basically just, I want to go home.
It's been 1,000 years. The fuck? How do I know? How do I
That
know what's
is-
there?
That is a very Krios question to ask. Thank you so much.
And that is also very much a Nah and Themis answer. I don't fucking know. I just want to go
Yeah,
home.
man.
It's been 1,000 years. How would I know?
Oh man. I think Krios would have picked up on the name too. You okay?
Are you okay? I had a heady thing and my shoulder went straight into my headphone.
I saw that.
And Tauré was very untrusting and mildly threatening, and Barry was the voice of reason and said, Nah wouldn't have Themis do anything that they wouldn't do.
Eden was
So-
also reasonable, which was surprising.
Kyris, I know I wasn't there, but Kyris was kind of in shock after he said he was a fey creature, and she just wanted to know more. Like, she didn't seem threatened at all. She didn't want to threaten them. She just wanted to know more.
Specifically,
Tauré-
Oh, and
Tauré doesn't like
specifically,
unknowns.
specifically, Na pulled a bait move that I know would work on Kyris as the player, which is why I prepped it.
you know what kills me is that you changed your race from elf to human, before the game started. And I
You
didn't
told
pick up
me to change
that.
it to human.
I did not tell you to change it to human. I wanted you to keep it as elf because the hint that I gave Tauré might make a
Was
little bit more
false
sense now.
elf.
Oh.
But we had to retcon and that never happened.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I must have read the DM wrong then, because you sent me a DM while I was preparing. the character.
I might have read responses wrong as well, but yeah. So that was that was what that was about.
I see.
But it had to be retconned. That was such a good hint, though.
I know it was.
Given the fact that city elves aren't like true elves anymore, it would have been so believable.
Okay. One, I didn't hear you when you said Krios would have something earlier, and then two, where are we now? Like, what's kind of the summary of what's happened since the
We
questioning?
talked and just arrived at the second
Yeah.
Waystone.
Oh, okay. So were we like walking and talking?
Yeah.
It was more talking than walking, but yes, eventually we got there.
No, we did some walking and talking too. You can walk and talk. You can roleplay talking while your characters are walking. That is
Are
a
we
thing that
all
you can
still
do.
at like 1 HP?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm on 12, so yes. We were gonna rest and
Why
stay alive.
mine is at 47 out of 47? That doesn't seem right.
That's not
That's
right.
not right.
I have yours kept track of properly in Roll20
Yeah.
back on the page. So let me go take a look.
It was like
At the end of
7
the
or something.
combat, you had 1 hit point.
You had
Yeah,
one hit point.
you're still at
Thought
1.
so.
I checked the VOD, yeah. Because mine was
Yeah.
full,
So-
because Moo didn't use my character sheet, so I had to update it.
Classy.
And did I use 1 spell slot or 2? Cure Wounds.
I believe you just used a first level spell slot.
Cool, okay.
Clausy, I know you would appreciate this, and because Pastel got to hear it, obviously. I specifically made Nas say that they can tell Kyris about the Eladrins from 1,000 years ago, specifically how they live, their customs, and their many great cities.
We have 20 seconds, by the way.
What does
After you back?
Benegracies mean?
Many great cities.
Oh,
Cities.
Cities.
oh, I can't hear.
That's
I
my
heard,
job.
I was like,
heard
what is
the same.
Benegracies?
I heard the same, but I had context, so I
Yeah, you
interpreted
did.
it.
Okay.
All right.
The Grey Cities.
All right. Let's go back to the game.
Well, we're back to the game. Okay, there you are. I was going to say, we kind of need Victor, though.
I'm here.
Victor, you are casting Detect Magic on the second monolith that you guys ran across. Claus, you can catch the physical description of that on the bot. I think it's not too important.
Okay.
The spell goes through as you're outside of the 10-foot radius of the pillar. And like I said, when you aren't focusing really hard on trying to look at that monolith, it does not even register. But the moment you do think about it, it is like a blinding flash of abjuration magic, and you have to look away as soon as you see it. It is the most powerful magical thing that you have ever laid eyes upon.
Wow.
That heat in the air is just a byproduct of how much magic is flowing through this thing.
Kind of toasty.
I'm toasty. My eyes are a little toasty. No.
Please roll a
Victor, are
constitution
you okay?
saving throw or be blinded for 1d4 minutes.
That's a lot. I mean, I didn't doubt that there was a lot before, but that's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. And
What,
it's-
just a lot of magic?
yeah.
Well, yeah, it is. It is a way line. They're kind of like the main streams of magic that flow throughout the world, and this anchors one to this location. So, yeah, let's not do anything. Let's not do anything to the monolith, because messing with way lines is very bad news.
Well, we
I
threw
wanted
a
to see
coin
you guys
at
talk
it.
with it, Samara.
Why can't I?
No,
why
from-
can't I visit again?
Moo, don't encourage them. Okay?
We threw a coin at it.
I can't believe this.
You threw a coin, yes, I know.
It was
but
fine.
No, don't do anything magical to it. I speak from experience. Don't mess with way lines.
From experience.
Uh huh. That's all you're getting. But from experience, don't mess with way lines.
That's all.
I'm gonna note that down.
Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
to know.
let's do that.
The whole-
We'll add it to
the
the
whole
character
party will
page.
I mean,
remember
look,
that.
y'all wouldn't listen to me unless I said I know what I'm doing. So
We got some juicy
still
things
might
to
not
add to the
listen to
wiki.
you.
what?
What?
Do not eat your cat.
Did he,
I
did he
didn't.
lick your
It was-
face?
No, I went to give him a kiss, and I kissed his eye on accident. It was just all
Awful.
Ew, ew, ew.
Okay.
Nasty.
Stop it!
Oh, anyways.
Kyra suddenly doubles over in disgust for some reason.
Anyway,
So what time of day is it?
spaghetti.
It's basically the sun is down.
Okay.
It's freezing.
Sleepy time.
Well, unless you're standing next to the
I was gonna say, can we all
radioactive generator that is the monolith.
can we all curl up next to the monolith and keep warm and protected that way?
Well, it might be
Radiation
warm.
poisoning.
I'm a little bit concerned of its long-term effects on us.
No, I'll be fine.
You don't know, given the powerful nature of the magic. But you don't feel anything when you're within the range of it, other than magic don't do good thing here, and it's kind of toasty.
Personally,
And by
I
toasty, I
already-
mean like your fingers aren't freezing.
Y'all
You're
ever
still-
y'all ever seen The Martian?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, we're doing that. Okay, cuddle up.
I know, but do you guys see
I've not
me?
seen it.
Okay,
So
I already
confused.
look wonky enough. I don't need radiation on top of this.
it's
like-
not. Well, it's not. I don't think it's radiation. I think it's just magical heat, and that's not gonna like mess with your DNA. I don't think.
Hopefully not.
don't think.
DNA?
Dana? Dana?
Dina.
I will not deal.
So now it's right there.
Oh my gosh!
Deny.
Fuck off. Not a fan.
I'm sorry.
Look, I think we should get toasty, and if this thing has like magic to make people not look at it, maybe we'll be safer from adversaries if we're right next to it.
Well, they
You make a fair
have
point.
to be. I only hurted my eyes when I was looking.
Right,
I
but
only heard it.
Are they all gonna be like?
this stone has been enchanted so that you will miss it unless you are specifically looking for it.
Yeah, that's how Barry saw the first one, because he already knew what it looked like.
So I'm saying we're probably going to be more fortified if we
Yeah.
stay next to it.
And I agree.
Who wants to take first watch then?
Well, who am I to disagree?
I
Actually, I
Krios
want to take
is
first
alive.
watch.
Can I take first watch with Nah?
Oh.
Oh,
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, you.
Oh.
No, we know that none of
Oh.
this. Dude, that much.
I was gonna ask that.
I'm sorry. I love you.
We all
And
wanted to have a watch
suddenly-
with Nah.
And suddenly
Guess who
G is
asked first,
like.
You gotta beat me to the chase, man.
And suddenly I have to pay attention during the watch.
like freaking Atla when Toph is like, it's my turn to go on a triple Zuko.
Nah is the hot commodity right now.
Very hot. Like, that was an immediate smash upon seeing.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I hate
Not the
He
that.
did not hesitate.
I hate that.
Oh,
He's gonna yell at me.
And this is a friend of yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway,
ugh.
watch time. Everybody else go to bed. Sure.
Can I?
He's already out. What are you talking
Pastel
about?
very
really
sadly
wants that lord
shove
drop.
myself into the bedroll.
I have questions.
How about this? I'm gonna stay up as well. And
No.
I can sleep for 4 hours and
No.
then do 2 hours for the last watch as well.
No.
I'll plug my
No.
ears, Kyris.
No.
I'm very accommodating.
You know what? I need to trust more people. You can stay.
Thank you. Remember,
So
you're part of the
sure.
best friends group now. Although main best friend is still Victor.
Good.
As you see Victor is snoring.
Okay, well,
Goes out.
Is everybody else asleep? Sleep now? Peggy! He was fighting Jackson. Anyway, is everybody else asleep? Sleep now?
Yeah.
presumably.
Okay. So, Nah.
Yes.
Since you know about Eladrins, you know about how they can change.
Yes.
I am trying to work on that since I have been locked in my winter form. Do you have any recommendations or ideas of what I can do?
I did notice that you are in the winter form, and it's not winter right now, right?
It is
No.
not winter. You are in a mountain, but
But she's been like
Not-
this even before we're here.
yes.
I do not know what can help you. I will tell you this. Over the last 900 years or so, my powers here has faded dramatically. I do not know if it is from lack of use or if it is from a lack of connection to the Fey realms. I fear that if it is the latter, there is not much that we can do until we overcome the barrier.
You do know, that for yourself, shifting in the Fey realm was so much easier. It's like just the space itself is made of change. And Eladrin in the Fey realm could shift through forms just by speaking. For them, it was not this is what you get to do when you teleport, like the book suggests that you get to change every day. No, it was a literal way of life to flow with whatever you were feeling in the moment. And in the Fey realm, that was, if there's any indication on how it affected you, it was much easier to do there.
So I suspect
but-
it would literally be the latter.
You don't know for sure if an Eladrin who hasn't been to the Fey realm needs to go there to change. You could deduce that either it's going to be very, very, very difficult or literally impossible without going to the Fey realm. But that's about the extent of your knowledge on the Eladrin race. You know quite a bit more about the way they interacted with the world in the Fey realm, though, things like their cities and their customs and stuff like that.
Kyris, how well did you know your parents?
Not well at all. They shut me out.
Have they ever changed?
Not in my life. I have never seen another Eladrin in my life before other than my parents. Holy sh- I just got so dizzy. Hold on.
Don't die.
Not purposefully. Fine, this is fine.
I'm turning off Discord notifications too. Y'all are wild.
We're always this wild, no?
Yeah, but usually I'm not the one to engage in a conversation.
You guys have notifications on?
I didn't even know my parents' parents.
I just ignore them.
I was just here. I was just there in the house, and I went by everyday life, doing what I had to, doing what I was told to do, but I never knew anything about my parents or my parents' parents or where they came from. Oi!
I have
He's scratching my bed. I'm sorry.
have a feeling that you will find it very difficult to change forms because you have not been to the Feywild. Eladrins and the Fey, they were able to shift forms very easily, just as how easily it was for me.
You think even if I don't go that I'll be able to change like that one day? Like if I just work on it, I guess?
Willpower.
Willpower.
Our friendship.
I do not know.
Friendship!
I do not know. I hope it does. But I do not know.
I'm going to tell you this in confidence. And Tauré, you can listen to. I have this person who guides me. That is who I went to talk to when it was just me and Krios. They told me I need to be more open and more engaging to try and at least change into spring. Moo, do I know their name? Did I ever learn their name in character?
I can't remember if I sent you their name at some point.
I think you did.
I thought we settled on something, but I can't.
I think we settled on the name, but I don't know if I know it in character. Would
I
I know it
know.
in character?
You would know it in character. I just forgot.
Okay,
what
hold
it was.
on. I'm finding it.
The speed run.
Oh, I got it.
You got
It's
it?
Tavari. Yep.
Huh?
Huh?
That Tavari.
Oh, why is
now
that
you
emote
recognize
wrong?
that name.
What'd you say?
What's up?
Do you say this name out loud, Kyris?
Yes. His name is Thavari.
No, you recognize that name.
I do?
Gasp.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Do you know? I'm asleep.
Interesting. That name sounds
And-
familiar.
I can tell you what you know about Thavari if you want to pop into DMs, because some of this is a little
Yeah, roll
more
20.
than what other characters know. So,
Roll 20 should work. Roll 20 should work.
well, yes, roll 20 should work.
Okay, well then I will.
I'm spilling the tea.
You are.
I too am burning it.
What? Why?
Cause I went running.
But
I had Zoomy.
much.
You had zoomies?
That's
Oh,
Zoomer.
hi. Yeah,
You're
I-
back! Welcome back, guys!
you are. Holy, hold
Very
on.
excited. Yeah, your cam's still off, G, as well.
Yeah, I gotta go back to OBS.
Cause
There
you're
we go.
giving me your energy right now, and I don't know if I can contain it.
It will spread.
Feel
I'm
your
taking.
energy.
Kyris.
I'm taking.
Hi.
Back on track, guys.
It's
back
giving.
on track. Back on track. Kyris.
Hi.
When you say the name Thavari, I'm not even going to make you roll a deception check. You
Oh, yeah.
give it away.
Mhm.
You see that they are surprised to hear that name.
Do you know them?
I do.
How?
Powerful Fae tends to know of each other.
Are they trapped here too then? That's a dumb question. Actually, ignore that. Hold on. That is a very dumb question because of course they're trapped here. Leave me alone. I'm so tired. So what does that mean?
Beats me. From the looks of it, it seems that he hasn't lost his powers.
I mean, mans can just magically appear anywhere.
Interesting.
If you want, I can summon him.
Perhaps not right now.
You also hear just the slightest whisper of a voice behind your ear, Kyris. Maybe we wait for this one.
I don't like that.
Oh, he creepy.
It was more hesitant than
Yeah, we
meant
don't
to
have.
be.
Yeah.
We don't know if they have beef or not. So
Fae fight.
Nah used pixie dust. It was not very effective.
Maybe one day. And
Yeah.
maybe we can come together and figure out a way to get back to the Feywild, or to get to the Feywild in the first place. If they have any ideas, or if you have any ideas. Or hell, if a god has any ideas that we can speak to. We'll figure this out.
Iris, could you go ahead and either roll a perception or just a straight intelligence check?
Oh god, I pull out a dice. I didn't pull out a dice. Hold on.
That's an interesting combo there, Moo.
Fudge nuggets.
Perception, intelligence. Interesting combo.
Let's see how this new pretty gemstone dice is gonna treat me. What is my perception? I got a 22
Oh,
for perception. You think I'm gonna roll intelligence with a -2? You're wrong.
So you heard the voice, but he definitely wasn't there. And you guys are inside the range of the
Shit.
monolith.
Man, this guy's mad powerful.
I'm gonna
Maybe
keep
they're
this
also-
to myself.
Maybe they're also phones,
Yeah.
and the force field is just a phone booth.
It's just a giant cell tower.
Can
Straight to the
I,
way line.
can I look at Na and kind of just flash a face of concern, I guess? Or like confusion?
At what?
I want to convey this without Tauré hearing.
You can just literally just ask me. I'll like
Close
plug
your
my
ears.
ears and close my eyes.
I feel like that's rude.
It's literally not.
la, la,
Just
la, la,
ask
la.
me.
Tauré, could you cover your ears for a second?
La 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 la.
I heard him
In here.
in here. Do not eat my straw!
La, 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 la,
I
la.
look around to see if he's there.
How is
No.
that possible?
You didn't hear anything. You didn't see anything. You didn't even feel anything. There was no indication. It was there and it was gone. For Kyris.
No. Of course no.
That's
What?
interesting.
The BBG
I'm saying
kind of
no.
thing.
Oh.
That's interesting. He could
How?
reach you inside the protective barrier of the monolith. Interesting.
Should we keep this to ourselves for now?
Yeah. For now.
Okay, and then I tap Tauré on the shoulder.
La la la. Oh, okay, good.
Also, you guys want to see my pretty dice?
Yeah.
Look at the pretty dice. Cover my face.
Oh, pretty.
What
It's
is it?
actual
Yo!
gemstone, apparently.
What is it made
Which
of?
is why
no.
I don't know, but I paid $20 for just the D20.
Where'd you get it from?
Etsy.
That's definitely
Oh,
cat's eye.
That,
I
that's
believe
cat's
that's
eye.
cat's
Yeah.
Well,
Did I get scammed?
cat's eye is not. Well,
I
no,
mean,
no, it's a
very
special.
pretty.
It's a special type of polish. So I
Honestly,
don't know what kind of. I don't know. What
I
kind of
would
stone
pay
it would be.
$20 for that. Not gonna lie.
You're paying for the
It's
skill. You're not paying for the
$20
stone.
scam.
Cool. I didn't get scammed.
You're paying for someone to make a die.
Man.
They could set
And
any price that
engrave
they
it.
will,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
it's worth it no matter what.
If you didn't like it, maybe you'd be scammed, but you like it. So.
I love it. It's so pretty, and it rolls good.
It's
Yeah,
so
So
pretty.
pretty.
I was about to do
I-
that,
You
but
gotta
y'all
look-
got to it first.
You went very British.
British.
That's what I heard.
That
I
was
heard
not British.
No, that was
I
not
heard it.
British at all.
There was a something. Was it Southern?
It was
I'm
something.
It
like
was
90% sure that was.
That's
Southern.
why, because they're actually really similar.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Ouch.
The,
Can you hear?
the cadence
turning
can be.
Yes.
The cadence can be.
Okay. Cat's eye
They
is
are very
is a type
similar.
of chrysoberyl, which is a mineral. So, but they get
Anyway,
that
back
they get
on
that
track.
pattern
Back
from
on
the
track.
way they polish
Back on
it.
track.
Anywho,
I'm burning up. Oh my god.
It's hard
How
to
much
to the
remember.
time-
monolith.
Would you say is left in our watch after that, roughly?
I mean, you guys can. You've only been talking for a little bit.
Okay, cool. Can I try and decode the journal?
You can spend a little bit of time trying to read through what's been written there. But I will say that after a certain point, they start to write in other languages that you don't understand. So I'd like you to give
Ooh.
me an intelligence check.
Oh no.
Oh,
I'll help.
it's gonna be a 5.
Oh.
I rolled a
help?
7, but I have a -2.
I know other
You
languages.
look at it. It hurts your brain.
You may also roll an intelligence check.
Not investigation.
No, not for
Okay,
this.
13.
If only I can intimidate the book. It'd be a plus
You want to
7.
try?
Can I?
Okay.
Can I
Make it
I didn't
quiver and
intimidate
it's
the book?
leather.
This is going to be
Start making
entertaining.
sense immediately.
So
What is that?
I
A
want.
gnat? Is that a gnat?
It's a nat 20.
Okay.
Oh
so
my
the book
god!
decodes itself because it's so
Hold on.
scared.
Hold on. Nat 20s are not auto pass for skill
No,
checks.
I know.
I know,
What's your
but
modifier?
plus 7.
That is pretty
Right.
high.
Total of 27 on a natural 20.
It's really high.
If that doesn't scare the book, nothing will.
Iris is just
Nothing will.
intimidating.
You try to decode it, and in the beginning, Tauré is kind of helping a little bit and pointing out things, simple ciphers at the moment, and you get real frustrated with it. You're not having it, and you're too warm because this stupid monolith thing you've been laying next to all night, and this stupid book, and a stupid fae, and your stupid parents, and so you get up and you walk outside of the range of the monolith, and you just fucking stare at it angrily. And you don't know how it happens, but you do decipher the next part. In fact, you look at the book and it's not even encrypted. It's just like the passage
It's
before
like,
is
oh,
encrypted,
unencrypted
the passage
itself.
after is encrypted, and then you look at the one that you were trying to read, and it's
I'm about to throw up. I'm coughing.
Put the fear of the Lord into that book. Quasi. That's great.
It's crazy.
You better decipher yourself.
On a 27, the only person who could beat that roll is me with a nat 20,
Oh my god.
which would be a 30.
30? Excuse me, you have a plus 10?
Yeah.
I have a plus 10 to stealth, so we all have our skills.
If you could hide from the book.
Tell you what, I'm gonna get.
Maybe
I'm gonna
if
get.
the book doesn't know you're looking, it won't be encoded.
Schrodinger's code.
I would not be able to intimidate that book for the life of me. I have a
Okay, we're
-1 on
fine.
intimidation.
Yeah, Momo help.
You are
Momo
just
gave
a
the
little
help
guy.
action there.
Guys, we're
My
fine.
charisma?
I'm fine.
Okay.
That's
Good.
good.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you're fine.
I will give you the exact specifics of the passage in between sessions.
Okay.
But
That's wild.
How
I
about
cannot believe that
she
word.
by intimidating the book, she also intimidated me, which inspired me to work harder.
I was considering that, but at a natural 20, I think it's funnier if it's just,
Oh, it is funnier if the book.
if the book is just not encoded that part.
I think if anything, Tauré just got scared and backed away from the
Yeah,
book.
right. He was like, I'm not gonna.
Okay. So, are you being guided by anything?
No.
I got a group of like things in my head that talk to me. Most of them are like insane.
I'm sorry, what?
Excuse
You
me.
Yeah.
okay there?
I just need to change the conversation because she's scaring me with her look. Oh, look, the book is uncoded.
And about that, she shouts out, "What the fuck?" It worked.
We'll come back to that one.
The passage talks about a kind of branch off of the path that she had set out on, into the side of the mountain that you guys are on. in which there is a very, very old set of ruins that she could not make much heads or tails of. But due to the fact that these pillars have some druidic heritage, and the ruins did not, she elected to not go there.
Share this information with everybody when they awake, and we'll decide our course of action.
Don't we have to do the other round?
The other watch? Yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
said when they wake.
Oh, okay.
So,
Clausy, when did I start lighting orphanages on fire?
We don't know what you do in your free time.
I mean, you were
I will
spotted in the
say-
Forsaken Island. We don't know why it's called the Forsaken Islands.
I will
Killed all
say,
the orphanages there.
Right.
Okay.
Tauré, since you were also awake, you would also notice the thing that I sent to Themis. That is, as you guys go to switch watch, and you attempt to wake up Krios, Krios has been awake this whole time and just hiding very poorly in their
Okay.
living room.
Oh, good cover, buddy.
What do you mean
You
good cover?
literally, you're not hiding very well at all. You could have just asked. You could have just asked.
Okay, it was an important conversation.
I'm sure, your
wanted-
girlfriend would have been fine if you showed up.
They already know all of this.
Oh, okay. Well,
Next time, cover yourself with a blanket.
Guys, just leave him alone. He's been
he
through a
tried.
lot right now.
Yeah, I did.
failed.
I did try.
Guys, he's gone through a lot right now. Just leave him be.
mhm.
I'm just a little bit. I'm a little bit curious.
About?
Just what you guys were gonna say, and it's hard to sleep anyways with what happened.
I would have told you all of this. I would have told
Would
any of you all of this.
Buddies.
The only secrets I'm keeping are the
Buddy.
ones that I need to keep. For my survival.
Well, none of us want to kill you here, I hope.
Plenty of
Correct.
people have said that
Lights
before.
not on fire.
The voices
demons.
compel you.
I can't resist. But no, Kyris, you told us about what you're getting guided by. I'm getting guided by something as well. So
I find yours more concerning.
don't worry about it.
So do I. Voices in your head?
Yeah, what was that about?
Well, you know what? We'll discuss this at another time.
You scared it out of
The
me.
rest
I'd
of
rather
us-
not talk about it.
We'll discuss this later.
I was intimidated.
Later
Okay.
date.
I had to change
Wait.
the topic.
Krios, if you didn't sleep, who's going to take watch?
I don't know.
Does anybody else have night vision? Well, Victor can go with somebody else, right?
But
He's just
Victor
gonna be
needs
in
hours.
He'd be a little sleepy.
How long are these watches?
4 hours.
Or
4 hours.
Oh, okay. Well then, Krios is gonna be tired.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
good
okay.
luck.
I mean, if I don't know. This wasn't. Wait, who would have stayed up with me anyways?
Tauré. But Tauré was up in the beginning. 4 of you need only 4 hours of rest, so it would have been 2 and 2.
And all of us are awake at the moment.
So as you ask that question on who's going to stay awake, Kyris, you actually notice this one first. You can see that Krios is about to be floundering for a response.
I will stay awake again if I must.
But you need to sleep.
It's fine. Just everybody else, I will stay up with Krios.
Why not Victor or Krios?
Victor needs his full 8 hours.
Victor is canonically sleepy boy.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You would
Well,
be
we
very cranky.
Right, we have to stick with the people who don't have to sleep as long. Never mind.
Listen, having a 24 passive perception burns a lot of calories, okay?
Brain is just constantly working.
No, I can stay awake.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Tauré, you have to lead us in the morning. It's best if you
Must
go to
I
bed.
You're
persuade
right.
you, Tauré?
Nah, got me.
Yeah, guys, don't worry about it. I'll just stay up. I'll stay up. I'm arguably the least important person for like finding these
Wow.
things.
Yeah, sure. No.
Be careful.
No, for finding these things. I don't know what I'm looking for. You guys have like the magical cool powers and stuff. I'll just stay up. I'll make sure you guys are safe and it'll be fine.
You know, some of us are trying to sleep over here.
Shut up and go to bed.
The audacity.
Shut up, I got a bed.
You can see that Barry has transformed into a bear in his sleep and is very unhappy.
Guys, I
Somebody's
know
just
just
disrupted his hibernation.
I thought bears hibernated through anything.
This.
I mean,
Um,
I
I'm
do
in
have,
bed.
I have dark vision. I'm awake anyway.
Nope.
I
too
could
bad.
stay
No,
up.
go back to bed.
You'd only be able to do it for 2 hours, though. is the
Too
issue.
bad.
Go
Victor
back to
also
bed.
has dark vision.
Victor needs to
Victor
sleepy
will
boy.
not be awake. You will not be able to wake up Victor, period. Full stop.
I will say I'm gonna leave the decision up to Krios. Just say what's gonna happen so we can get through this part of the story, please.
I'm giving
I'm-
Krios and Kyris Bardic each, and then I'm going to bed.
Okay, it's decided then.
Yeah,
It's been decided.
What if I take watch now, Kyris takes watch with me, and then we just rest for a bit longer today? Like, do we need to get going on the road immediately?
Not particularly, no.
There we go. Problem solved. Okay, now go to sleep.
I was already going. I was like responding as I'm walking.
Barry takes a big swig of honey and then passes straight out again.
You each have Bardic, which is a D8 now.
Does he pour
I don't
honey
think it
into
helps
his,
for perception, but
Does he pour honey into his ears as like earplugs?
No, he just
Takes a bit of wax.
Sorry, what?
That's so awful.
it's better if you don't question it. It's better if you just move along.
All right.
Anyway,
I would like whoever is staying awake to roll a perception check.
can we use a D8 on perception?
Yeah, you can use Bardic on perception.
How do
Any
you?
D20 roll. Just roll a D8 and add it to your perception check.
Oh,
I got a
nice though.
2. Hold on.
Yeah, okay.
I need that D8.
Roll an 8. Roll an 8, please.
I can find my D8. Hello, there it is.
It's an 8,
Where
it's an
is
8,
my
it's an 8.
D8?
You're gonna
It's
roll
not
D8.
an 8.
Oh.
Hold on. 2 plus 5
7.
plus 3.
I've got a 16 with the.
I got a
D8.
10. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, that's still a safe number.
You're still neutral.
That's still an okay number. It'll be fine.
Kyris, I will say, are you really trying to stay up the whole night?
Yes.
You will incur a level of exhaustion if you do so.
That's fine.
All right. Krios with a 16. You hear some very distant howls, but the mountain is actually quite peaceful.
It's nice.
It would be, but you can see that Kyris is a little too reminded by home.
Are you okay to do this?
I'm fine. It's fine.
That is a lie.
I want to roll this out.
I will. You act like I won't.
It's been a long day.
It's been a very long day. But tomorrow's a new one. And we will hopefully be out of here.
Hopefully.
I will let the rest of your watch go by peacefully, unless you have anything else you two would like to discuss.
About
If you
it.
do have something else to discuss, Moose bringing out the monsters.
No.
The longer you delay the game, the more likely it is that more icebergs show up. It's a horrible threat. No, what does not show up is icebergs, and instead the sun. Everybody can go ahead and take your long rest, except for Kyris, who is still at 1 HP.
It also works different now, right? So we only get half of everything?
You do also only get half of any expended spell slots, and half of your total spell slots. If you've only expended half of them, you get the rest of them back, and you only get half of the normal max amount of HP. So
In Tyrant's case, a level of exhaustion.
and in Kyra's case, a level of exhaustion.
Okay, Kyris. Hear me out. What if, while we're heading, I carry you?
You're
and
not
you sleep.
carrying me. You are not carrying me. We've been through this before. You will break your back.
Take off your armor.
I'm not taking off my armor. You out of everybody should know that.
I know. Okay. Who's strongest?
So also
Barbarian.
in the morning, Themis and Tauré. Well, should I say not and Tauré? You need to change all of your identification. In
I
my
mean, when we
notes.
go back to the city, Na's gonna go back as Themis. There's no way.
Yes.
You can interchange, it's okay.
Krios is trying to play it off like they're tired.
What are you talking about, guys? I am tired. I'm exhausted.
Unfortunately, they are doing it very poorly. And
It's
like
alright. If you're questioning that,
loudly complaining when they don't need to be.
I'm a sleepy guy, everyone. It was a long night last night.
Certainly.
Don't say that.
Wait.
There's no weird way that could be taken.
So, Victor, Eden, and Barry, you guys all wake up and like, Kyris is just exhausted, and it's like, I'm fine, and Krios does not seem to be having that much difficulty, and it's like, I'm so tired, guys. Hey, listen, I'm so tired. We should
pay attention
slow
to
down.
me.
Barry's gonna hand Kyris the honey flask.
No, thank you.
You should
Sure.
take a swig of it. It might
I'm
help.
very sure.
It's
You're very sure?
delicious.
I'm very sure.
What happened last night?
I'll take a swig of the honey glass.
We messed up our
no.
watches, so I
One
had
second,
to
I need
stay
to
up for
roll some
both.
things.
No.
Kyris. No.
You all needed your sleep, and I'll be fine.
Wait, how did you do that? How did you even
3 of us stayed up instead of
It's-
2.
It's okay.
4 of you stayed up instead of 2.
I was a curious guy.
They don't need to know
Wait.
that.
They don't need to know
So-
that.
both of you are running on nothing? What?
No. Just Kyris.
I mean, if you're directly
Oh,
lying,
so you're fine, Krios?
if you're directly lying to Victor, you're gonna have to make a deception
Well,
check.
Krios literally just said that they're
no,
fine.
I'm actually
so-
no, I'm not doing that. There's literally no way I can get past the passive perception. I have a negative deception.
You just said it though.
You did just say
I'm
it.
very tired. I'm very tired, guys. I'm not thinking straight right now.
Krios, come with me. I have a herb I could give you.
What herb is
Come
that?
over, come over and talk to me privately.
Oh my god.
Come see me in my office.
Are they Hold on.
Out of earshot of Victor.
I love that noise.
It is half of total HP, not half of what's left for those of you who did not heal up correctly. So,
Does it round up or down?
rounding up.
I don't know how to do math, so
What's your max
So,
HP?
like, say I had 44, I would go 22 HP.
Yeah, you gain
Yes.
20.
Yep.
You gain
You would
half
get
of your
22.
normal.
Oh,
total,
okay.
So
Yeah.
I totally did that wrong then.
Question for features, class features that I only have 1 slot of. I didn't use it, but just for future reference.
Yes. Comes back.
Comes back. Okay.
Yes. Class features are also halved, but if you round up.
Yeah, rounding up means you get it. Yeah.
28.
So you would get
Right.
one
strap
wild
just
shape.
break on that thing.
You would
No,
get
wild,
one wild shape,
shape is per short rest.
Oh.
Two per short rest.
Wait.
and that
So
would
you
count
get-
as short rest. So you
Yeah,
get
you get
both
all
back.
of them.
So how much
Mike-
HP would I
Mike
have?
How much did you have? And
I know I
how
had
much do
1
you have?
before.
Well, then add half of your total that you could have.
What's your max
28.
HP?
So you add 14.
28.
Guys.
Okay.
What is your max HP?
28.
Then you get 14 hit points back.
You
Okay,
have
so that's
15.
15. Yeah, okay,
Oh,
so I
wait.
did it right.
14 added to what you have already?
Yes.
Yeah.
As
It
in,
doesn't replace.
Oh. Oh, that's
It's
You
so
don't
much
feel
more
like not
helpful.
replace.
Half HP. That would not be good.
you
I
are permanently
did not
only
right.
allowed to have half HP.
Yeah.
Even if you had full HP,
Yeah,
you wake up with
you
half
wake up with-
HP.
Let's say you're down 3. You're back at half HP when you wake up.
I did the math
Oh.
right, so we're solid.
Oh, I need to write that down. That is a cruel
Krios.
mechanic that I need to write down.
Krios, I will
scary.
help with your exhaustion.
How?
Come talk to me
Okay. This
in my office,
is
which is behind this
suspicious.
tree.
This is a nice tree office you got here, Tauré.
The single tree in the vicinity.
Hey, bro, do you just like not sleep? Like, what's the deal? I know you're lying.
I was intrigued with the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was also really scary yesterday. I had trouble staying or going to sleep anyway,
Yeah,
so I
but
just
you're
wanted
not.
to listen
You're
in.
not tired, so do you just not get tired?
Not this early, no. I have a little bit more stamina.
Oh, so you can stay awake for a certain amount of time without being
Yeah.
tired. Okay, cool. Okay, hope you feel better. Bye.
I feel
Stop for this meeting. Yeah,
Wait,
you
what
like,
is it that-
you like disappear behind the tree. And, bye.
While you guys are doing that, I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna walk up to Kyris and I'm gonna go.
Hello.
If that happens, if
Why are you standing
Good afternoon. What do you want?
What do you want?
if that happens, Kyris is about to beat up Na.
This is what she looks like when she's tired.
Next time, I'm going to take the watch.
Don't die!
Floor time?
She's on the ground.
Floor time.
Floor
Floor
time.
time.
Whoa.
Ooh,
I
floor
had to mute myself
time.
'cause I was actually dying.
Floor time!
Can't breathe.
Floor time.
Inhale, exhale. In
Deep
and out,
breaths.
breathe.
Deep breaths.
God,
As much as you can.
I'm crying.
Couch and I are
Yes,
enjoying
yes, we
couch
know.
time.
I'm not on a couch, but
You are
Oh,
couch. It
that's right.
counts.
I forgot.
You are.
I forgot.
You forgot.
You forgot.
You forgot that you were a couch.
Anyway.
What were we doing?
We were
I don't know.
resolving the things that we saw when we woke up.
What did you say?
We were resolving the
seriously,
things
what did-
that we
no,
saw when we woke up.
Before that.
What did I say before that? I know I
I
talked
don't
to
know,
you.
that's what I'm asking.
Oh,
I'm thinking about you taking the watch.
next time, I'm going to take the watch.
It's fine. I'll be fine.
I know it is. But if someone is going to be exhausted, we need to take turns. Because the next time you do it, it will not be as fine for you.
Did you hurt yourself?
I'm fine. Fine. It's fine. You can do it next time, but it's not gonna happen because we are gonna sort this out correctly.
I hope
I
so.
promised to go to bed.
You don't look tired at all.
No.
Yeah.
I'll be okay for a bit.
Okay.
Krios.
Yeah.
A couple of days ago, I think, or a day ago, you said you had a question for me.
I'm glad
You're
you
still
remembered
on
this.
that?
I'm glad you remembered this. I was gonna remind you.
It's more of a private question, but I do.
You'll meet in my office. Behind the
In my office.
Yeah,
Okay,
Victor,
just
do you want to
late.
come over to Tauré's office?
This time we're kicking Tauré out first.
in,
Yeah.
Not my office. No, that's fine.
yeah, let's go to the office. Let's go to the office. That sounds like a great place to talk.
It's like, I'm looking at Moo and I's DMs to say what I was going to ask. 'Cause I knew it. But I worded it slightly better. No, I actually worded it terribly. Why did I even send this to you?
Yeah, I wasn't touching that.
Hey, you know. Actually, I'm gonna use that. Victor.
Mm.
You know things. You notice a lot. Look, okay. I'm trying to help Kyris work through something. And
Mm-hmm.
I think in order for me to
So
actually help her, I need to figure some stuff out about myself. And
Right.
I was wondering if you could help me with that.
Stole my seat.
Depends on what it is. I don't know everything. But
How
what is
much-
it that you need help with?
How much do you know about, like, memory loss and amnesia and stuff like that?
I know it as a general thing.
There are things that I remember in my life that I don't know the context to. Like, I'll remember a person and I don't know who she is to me. I just know she was important, and I think I have this thing on me, and it's been with me for a while, and every time I look at it, it reminds me of stuff that I didn't remember before. I mean, maybe I did. Maybe I just suppressed it down really badly, and now it's all coming back, and it's in pieces, and I'm frustrated because I want to learn everything. I want to be able to help Kyris. I want to be able to know what's going on. And I just, I thought maybe you'd be able to help.
With your amnesia with certain events that you've been through, but you don't... Is it that you don't remember them, or that you don't have a connection to them?
It's a mix of both. I remember a lot. So, you know how I said that my parents died in the war?
Yes.
They were drafted into it. My whole village was, quite frankly. I remember all of that, clear as day. I remember a lot of my childhood growing up with my parents. But I also remember people that I never knew. But I must have known them. I don't know when I knew them.
People that you must have knew, but you don't know them. Do you just have this sense that you knew them? Or are you just assuming that you did know them?
I remember what they looked like. I remember there was this girl, and she used to hold me. I think I was young. I don't know, I felt safe with her. But she's not me. She's not like me. Or she feels different.
Victor, you are getting a strange sense of familiarity, but on the other side of this description.
Which side?
The side of the person that he is describing, rather than Krios. One moment.
Interesting.
Guys,
Victor
I
lore.
was trying to write down from side of the girl. I wrote down from side of the grill.
I love grills. Yes. And these people, so you remember them, but you don't?
Yeah, I mean, I remember her most of all, but there were others. I know. Shoot. I may have mentioned something. Probably clarify that at some point. That's not for right now. There were a lot of them, I think. Like, maybe 3 main ones. Some other people that I remember seeing glimpses of, but I don't really think that they were that important. It was just mainly the girl. I remember her eyes. She had like bright golden eyes. She actually looked a little bit like you, if you were a little bit more blue, and also a girl, and also had like golden hair. So
she doesn't look anything like me.
Did you say
No.
golden eyes?
But she
Yeah.
is a tiefling.
The teeth.
but she had both horns. Which I know it's like normal for most tieflings, but obviously I don't have any horns.
Yeah.
I have a weird parentage, you know. My dad. I don't know. It's just I'm trying to figure out who she is. What she meant to me, because obviously at one point in my life she meant a lot, and I was sad to see her go. Like, she kept getting pulled away for things that I don't know what that was about, but she was connected to the
Pulled away?
sword somehow.
Your sword. Is that
Yeah,
the sword you're referring to? I assume.
yeah, I have.
She's
A
connected to
sword.
it?
I think so. I mean, why would I remember it when I look at her? Why would I remember a sword similar to this? I don't know if it was the same sword. I just know it was a sword that was similar. She used to look at it a lot. It was hung on the mantle.
Mm.
I know you've never seen my sword, but it's not something you'd usually want to display. Freaky.
It's okay.
I don't use it.
I'd like to take a look at it, if you would allow me to.
Are you sure?
Yeah? Is there something I should be worried about?
Don't touch it.
I won't touch it. I won't. I will just look at it with my eyes.
Can I pull out the sword and gently lay it on the grass?
Yes.
Is there anything I notice about this sword?
The metal is very strange. It's gray, but it's like dark gray. It's like the color of what you can see of Krios' skin. There it is.
What?
That whole
autism
time,
moment, I had
there
to
was
read that
there
over
was
like a bunch.
solid 6 sentences in a row where I was like, guys, please.
Man. I didn't even...
Anyways.
I had to read it like a couple times. Like, what? What joke?
What?
Oh, goodness. Oh. Anyways, you aren't able to immediately discern what's up with this thing, other than it kind of gives off a weird vibe.
So it gives off a weird vibe. Does Victor know that it's magical? Because I know that I remember a lot of detect magic checks, but I don't know if Tauré
You
mentioned
have
that.
a handy
I know I
tool
do.
that can be used to
I could do that, but I
double
wanted to know if
check.
I already knew.
But you would have detected it on their person, but it kind of would have gotten mangled up with all of the other objects in the group.
Okay, so
If you want to focus on it, you can do so now.
would it
You
be
also
smarter
have-
to?
Identify, which would give you a lot more information.
So we should probably use identify. So Victor takes out the magnifying glass and looks at it with identify.
Okay, you will have to touch the magnifying glass with the sword.
Oh.
I'm specifying this because Krios asked you not to touch it.
What? It's like to what? Why would he? Why would it have to be touched?
It's a spell.
That's how identify works.
Oh. Would it insta kill me if I touch it?
One way to
You
find
won't
out,
know
right?
until you identify it.
One way to find out.
Krios,
Yeah.
I can use identify on it, but I have to touch it.
Touch the pummel. Whatever you do, do not touch the blade.
I understand.
Don't want it to hurt you.
As fragile as I am, I don't think it. Unless it's like scary, I don't. Whatever. But
You know, if there's only a skull on it and it emanates death, you cast identify. So this sword, for one, has a seal of some sort. It looks like kind of how the seals of the noble houses in Hollow Star would put their imagery onto a blade. Nova.
Nova.
The the metal itself is very clearly corrupted. It will, when it is attacking living creatures, deal necrotic rather than any sort of bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. And it cannot be used to harm undead creatures. Something horrible happened to it. But you can't quite figure out what that was. You just know that the way that this thing is right now, something horrible happened to it.
happened to it? Like the sword, something bad happened to it?
Yes.
It's got feelings.
It's sentient?
It's
Well, I don't know.
not
I
sentient.
can't. No, but it hurt. Something hurt its non-sentient feeling.
I guess you could also say something horrible happened with it.
Interesting.
Is there anything you can find out about it?
How long have you had this?
There is one more thing that you notice about it. It must be attuned to use, and it can only be attuned by one person. And that would be Krios.
Krios only. Do not touch.
It's a bloodline attunement.
I had it. I got it. I don't actually know how I got it. Before I met Kyris. Just kind of one day, whoop, there's a sword. Really creepy. But I'm drawn to it.
You don't know how it got there and it just appeared?
Well, I'm assuming someone left it for me. You never know. Nice birthday gift.
It doesn't quite seem like a nice birthday gift.
You know, trying to think about the best possible options considering it's a creepy death sword that I've been carrying around for like half a year, a little bit more.
You've known the sword longer than you've known Kyris.
I have. Can't say we're as close.
You not have a good relationship with your sword?
I've never used it.
Now you know what you're doing.
Oh no! No! No!
I can't believe all of you.
And there's the other half.
On the bed, me right now.
So what you're saying is you and the sword aren't roommates.
Well, we technically are roommates because I keep it in my room.
It's a love triangle between the sword and Kyris and Krios.
Nah,
The
that's
sword
a
loves me.
polyamorous relationship with the sword.
Nah, it's not polyamorous. I don't love it back.
This sword has been through a lot. From what I've seen. How much of a lot has been with you, I don't know. But it seems like it's been put through the ringer.
It was like this when I got it. Like I said, I've never used it. I'm afraid of it.
You've never used it, but you carry it around with you everywhere.
Drawn, or I guess a better way to say it was I'm drawn to it. You know? I don't think I can just get rid of it.
Do you know what would happen if you used the sword? For you, personally.
For me,
As far as you can tell, Victor, the sword has no negative properties for the user of the sword. The only requirement is that the user is Krios.
That is so
Spacious.
strange. You're drawn
Why?
to the sword, but the sword is drawn to you.
it is?
It's tied to you.
What do you mean tied?
I wouldn't be able to use this. Not because I can't use a sword. I can use a sword. But I can't use this one. Your sword doesn't like other people.
Oh man,
It might want you to use it.
that's even weirder.
Does Victor know that it's specifically a bloodline thing?
Victor's pretty smart. And also casted Identify. Though normally you get that kind of information about attunement when you cast Identify. So you do have quite the feeling that that little emblem that you saw has a greater significance now that you know what it required for attuning.
The sword could be connected to your bloodline and all of your, I saw a lot looking at it. There's a lot of information. And
Why am I bloodline though? Like
it seems familiar to you.
I know, but there's nothing special about my family. Like my mom was a tiefling, my dad was an elf. They had nothing. That's why they came to the village and they tried building a
Yes, I'd like you to make a Constitution check.
Constitution. That is
a 19.
At the mention of bloodline and looking at the seal, you get a small glimmer of your past. You recognize that seal. Maybe not for what it is, but you definitely have seen it.
How long ago? Or, no, better question. How young was I?
Extremely.
Interesting. I've seen it before.
So I did manage to help a little bit.
Yes.
I think you helped a lot, Victor.
I hope so. It's kind of scary touching the sword. I'm still here to help, and I will continue to help, and I will give you all the information that I can if I find it. I would appreciate information if you like any of your memories that you can, like, you don't have to, but if you could scrape up memories, maybe I could help you figure out more.
I'll definitely think on it. If I remember anything, we can talk about it later. Maybe I can try using it at some point, see if that helps. I'm not sure I want to use it on a person, though. I could try using it on a tree. I don't think that...
My office! I'm not there, but...
Barry just yells no for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
Man's got an instinct.
Can I try lightly grazing the tip of it against the tree?
Do you intend to wield the sword then?
Yes.
So, Victor, you're looking at the sword. It's a pretty big sword. It looks like it would take some strength to wield it. And, well, we know how Krios is.
They're a twig.
But the metal is so light that Krios picks it up and without a second thought flourishes and slashes at the tree, not really realizing what he just did. He was just trying to hit the tree. You can see that the place where it hit the tree is slightly withered. Not like it cut, but like it rotted almost.
Harry just yells no in the distance.
Okay.
Barry takes a
killed
point
the
of
tree.
psychic damage. You didn't kill the tree. It's still up. It's just
I've
where
hurt
you
her.
hit it.
I hurt
Yeah.
the tree. This is why I didn't want you touching it.
Yeah, no, that... Yeah, I don't think I will be touching that, but, something I'd like to add.
Yeah?
The relationship that you had with this girl, you look at the sword and it reminds you of her, right? Or is it a different object? I don't remember.
I think it was the sword.
Okay.
She used to look at something that looked like this, but not like this, you know? It was a different color.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't look as creepy death, you know? I'd like to think it was a different sword, but maybe...
Victor, that lines up with what you got from Identify.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I wanted to mention
Hello?
there.
the relationship that you seem to have with her reminded me of one that I had with a family member.
Did you know her?
No,
Oh.
but it reminded me of my own sibling.
You have a sibling?
Yes.
Can
I do.
Can I know about them?
I don't think now is the time.
How many are people like? Nobody's in earshot, right?
I'm getting
Oh, nobody's in
concerned.
earshot.
I'm
We're just
getting
making
concerned about how
comments.
long you've been in my office, but I'm out of earshot.
Yes. I had a brother.
Brother?
Mhm.
I didn't have any siblings.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
The reason
I
I'm
can
bringing this
roll
up.
another Constitution check as you glance back down at the sword.
Gosh, freaking darn it! Well, that is a 5.
Oh,
The con check was not meant to see if you remembered, but how you would take that information, and you feel very lightheaded.
Not taking it well.
No, something about that. You know it's wrong, but it sounds right. And you try to think back while looking at the crest on the sword. Some things are starting to not add up about what you remember.
Sorry, Victor. I got a little bit dizzy there.
You see that Krios almost stumbles.
Krios, are you okay?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. No. Your brother.
Yeah, I had a brother.
Had?
Yeah. It's really complicated.
Is he okay?
I hope.
You don't know?
Mm-mm.
Did you guys, get separated or something?
I mean, I guess you could say that.
In a bad way?
Yes.
Oh. Victor, I'm sorry. Were you guys close?
Yes, but it was a while ago. And everything's going to be fine. And I'm gonna find him.
Is he who you're looking for?
One of the people, yes.
There's more? Victor, how many people are you looking?
That question is worded so sinisterly.
I'm looking for 2.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like 15 or something, and I was like, did you lose your circus troupe?
Krios, I found many people. Not the ones I was looking for, but I was a detective. So you can imagine I found a couple of people. But not pertaining to the certain goal I have.
What is your brother's name?
Well, then I think I remember it.
I'm asking this mostly for the wiki.
Yes. Yes, it is.
His name is Axel. Victor looks a little bit sad, but then he straightens up.
It's a pretty cool name, actually. I wish I was called Axel.
Your
What
name
even is an Axel?
Krios. What's an Axel?
I know what an Axel is. Yeah, my name is Krios.
That's a pretty
Not
cool name.
Axel. I don't know. Is it that cool?
I think it's pretty cool.
I mean, your name is Victor, which is like super cool.
Comparing, not nearly as much as.
I saw your last name. Your name was Clover.
Indeed.
Oh my gosh! Victor!
Yes?
Clovers can be lucky. Maybe you're gonna be the lucky clover that's gonna find the people you're looking for.
That's adorable. Shut your dirty mouth.
Even Barry thought that was sickeningly sweet.
To be honest, for having that last name, the only thing he's lucky with is he's actually not that lucky. He's just smart. He just sees everything.
Have you seen this man's bow shots? He murdered a guy.
He did kill a man.
Man's had it coming.
And this is so true.
Yes, I'm looking for people. I've mentioned that it's kind of tough. I was hoping that joining this group would aid me.
Well, we're all looking for something. So
We sure are.
I think you're in the right place.
I'm hoping that we could all help each other figure out things.
Does your brother look like you? I haven't got the best peepers, but I can keep an eye out.
I don't know what he looks like right now. It's been a while, but we did look similar.
He
We're both
left
demons.
off looking pretty close to you.
Pretty similar.
How, like, what was he like? Was he like your older brother? Your brother?
No, younger brother.
Oh, younger brother. Okay, I see. Why did you guys get separated?
I wish I could tell you. I don't know.
My mom's cheering upstairs, and I'd like to think it's because of the Victor lore. All I hear is just raucous cheering. Well,
Yeah. He's not the only person I'm looking for, but I don't know where they went, and I don't know why. I know nothing, practically.
so just left without you?
In a way, it could feel like that they just left without me, but it doesn't feel in character.
Do you think they were taken?
I believe that they were taken.
Oh, shoot. Well, that makes things complicated.
Definitely a little bit, but
I can see why you're concerned.
his face is changing in between, like, thinking back and being like, oh, these are some happy memories, and then being like, oh, this is a little bit sad.
Victor, do you need a hug?
I think we both could use a hug.
I'll hug you without the creepy death sword.
Please put the sword down.
I'm gonna put the sword on the ground. I'm gonna give Victor a hug.
Victor will hug back.
He's not a very tight hug. There is no strength. Negative strength between both of them.
His vibes are currently determined, and he's like, they're hugging, and he's like, I'm gonna find them. Period.
Crunches Krios a little bit, despite the lack of strength.
Also, I'm imagining the height difference, which is like almost a foot. Krios is like fully resting his head on Victor's head. What was the for?
Moo?
Moo?
1 second.
Okay.
Broke Moo.
It's too hot in here.
Yeah. Anyways.
Back to the hugging.
Back to the hugging.
I'm gonna step back really quickly. Just a short hug. Felt like you would like it.
I thank you. I don't think I've hugged people in a while. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I came over here to help you, and I just trauma dumped on you.
I asked about your brother. I think it's completely fair.
Man. Actually, I think it's fair. I think this was a trauma dumping session.
Yeah. Do you want to go back, or do you want to say anything more? We can always talk again later. Like, I'm here for you.
Thank you. I'm also here for you. I hope you know that. You could probably tell me anything, and I'll be like, awesome. Well, not like awesome.
So if I
Awesome,
happen to kill
wow.
someone with the death sword, you'll just be really supportive?
I mean, you were supportive when I killed someone,
Matt's
so
probably
well,
deserved it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's the circumstances around? You know?
I feel like out of all the people I've killed, I'm hoping
sorry,
most of
what?
them deserved it.
Out of all the people I've
Out of
killed.
all the people that I killed,
There's like a few. Man was in a freaking war! What do you expect from him?
That's
war
canon?
crimes.
That's you weren't joking? That's canon? I have to start a 4th page?
So sorry, G.
This
episode.
I was gonna say, we're gonna call a session here, because I don't think we can handle any more lore drops.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was a very enlightening session.
Sure was.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, there was a lot.
I fully was not expecting to say that much. Like, my original question for Couch was, hey, can I pick you up because you're lighter than Kyris? And then you were just so patient about it and were like so intrigued, and I was like, I need a better question.
Nice improv.
To be fair, I did think about it beforehand.
Okay. Well, that's gonna be it, guys. We are off next week, and we will be on the week after. We might potentially lose Cat for that one, but we'll definitely be off next week. So you all get to sit with the lore dumps and have 2 weeks to digest all of that.
Suffer.
Yeah.
Have fun.
See you guys in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Bye.